Have you ever wondered who truly stood out among the German generals of World War II? Who were the men whose strategies, courage, and ruthless efficiency earned them fame, and in some cases, notoriety on the battlefields of Europe and beyond? Today, we journey into their stories, peeling back the layers of history to uncover the 5 German generals who left an indelible mark on the war. Let's begin our countdown with number 5. Dear friends, if this video has reached you, it's not by chance. Right now, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. Write a number from 1 to 5 in the comments. I will personally respond to the first 50 comments and make sure to watch the video until the end. 5. Walter Model. Picture yourself on the Eastern Front, 1943, amidst the chaos of clashing armies and endless mud. Among the ranks of German generals, Walter Model emerged not only as a brilliant tactician, but also as a loyal adherent to Nazi ideology, having joined the party as early as 1925. By 1938, he had risen to Major General and took command of the 4th Army Corps, participating in the invasion of Poland in 1939. Later, he commanded the 9th Army on the Eastern Front, where his tactical insight became crucial during the planning of the Battle of Kursk, a massive German counteroffensive against Soviet forces. Hitler, growing increasingly disillusioned with the traditional aristocratic generals, found in Model a dependable troubleshooter. With his middle-class roots and unwavering dedication to the Nazi cause, Model earned the moniker Hitler's Fireman. In 1944, his loyalty and skill were recognized with a promotion to Field Marshal, soon followed by his appointment as Commander-in-Chief of the Western Front, after Field Marshal Günther von Kluge was relieved over suspicions of involvement in the July plot against Hitler. Yet, even Model's brilliance could not halt the Allied advance through France. By September 1944, he commanded Army Group B in the Netherlands, defending Arnhem from the British airborne assault known as Operation Market Garden. Later, the Battle of the Bulge became his final major engagement. Surrounded in the Ruhr region, Model faced the grim reality. His 300,000-strong army had no choice but to surrender. In a desperate act to avoid capture, he took his own life, a tragic end for one of Germany's most capable generals. 4. Günther von Kluge. Imagine standing on the frigid battlefields of the Eastern Front in 1939, where strategy and courage determined survival. Günther von Kluge, a field marshal of remarkable talent, commanded the 4th Army during the invasion of Poland, earning acclaim and a promotion to General Feldmarschall. He later led the same army during the swift conquest of France in 1940 and continued the offensive into the Soviet Union under Operation Barbarossa. However, war has a way of testing even the best. When Field Marshal Fedor von Bock fell during the Soviet counteroffensive in December 1941, von Kluge took command of Army Group Center. His leadership was interrupted in October 1943 by a severe car accident, but he recovered to assume command of German forces in Western France in July 1944, replacing the defeated Field Marshal Geert von Rundstedt. Despite his efforts, von Kluge could not stop the Allied invasion of Normandy. The weight of inevitability bore down on him. Though not directly involved in the July 20th assassination attempt against Hitler, he was profoundly affected by its aftermath. On August 19, 1944, shortly after a summons to Berlin by Hitler, von Kluge chose to end his life, acknowledging that Germany's Western Front was doomed. 3. Erwin Rommel. Now, envision the scorching deserts of North Africa, where sand swirls around armored tanks, and every decision could mean life or death. Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox, had already proven his mettle in World War I, earning the Paul Lamarieppe Medal for bravery. At the onset of World War II, he served close to Hitler, guarding his headquarters and forming a personal bond with the Führer. In 1940, Rommel commanded the 7th Panzer Division during the invasion of France, achieving rapid, decisive victories. By February 1941, he was dispatched to North Africa to support the struggling Italian forces in Libya. His brilliant maneuvers and audacious tactics earned him renown and the promotion to Field Marshal. Yet, the sands of fortune shifted. His forces suffered a crushing defeat at the Second Battle of El Alamein in late 1942, forcing a retreat to Tunisia. And in March 1943, Hitler recalled him to Germany. Rommel then turned his strategic genius to defending the French coast against a potential Allied invasion. He designed intricate coastal fortifications, from anti-tank obstacles to clever reserve deployments, poised for counterattacks. But on July 17, 1944, tragedy struck. British fighter bombers targeted his car during the Allied invasion of Normandy, leaving him gravely injured. Soon after, implicated in the July 20th plot, Rommel faced a cruel choice suicide or trial. On October 14, 1944, he took a cyanide pill, sacrificing himself to protect his family and reputation, receiving a full state funeral, officially described as a death from wounds sustained in the attack. 2. Heinz Guderian. Heinz Guderian was not just a general, he was a visionary. A pioneering military theorist, he championed the Blitzkrieg strategy of fast-moving, armored warfare designed to shock and overwhelm the enemy before they could react. His revolutionary ideas reshaped modern combat and became the backbone of Germany's early war successes. Imagine the aftermath of the Great War, a Europe scarred and trembling, yet on the brink of a new kind of warfare. Amid the ruins, one man's mind burned with a vision of armored battles and lightning strikes. Erich von Guderian. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Guderian did not turn away from the military. He stayed, fascinated by the potential of mechanized forces. His ideas found their voice in the seminal work, Achtung Panzer, a book that would become a manifesto for modern warfare. But ideas alone are powerless without the right patron, and Guderian found his in Adolf Hitler, a commander enthralled by bold, unconventional tactics. By the crisp autumn of 1938, Guderian had risen to command Germany's mobile forces, and soon, theory would meet reality. During the invasion of Poland, he put his mechanized strategies to the ultimate test. What unfolded was a symphony of speed and surprise. His forces cut through the opposition with a precision that stunned the world, securing a swift victory for Germany. Yet his ambitions did not end there. By May 1940, Guderian spearheaded an even more audacious offensive into France, driving relentlessly and forcing the French army to the very edges of their coastlines. When Operation Barbarossa unfurled in 1941, Guderian once again led the charge, advancing deep into Soviet territory and reaching the outskirts of Moscow by October. But even the most brilliant tactics can meet their limits, and a strategic withdrawal became inevitable. Tensions with superiors soon followed. Guderian clashed with Kluge, who now commanded Army Group Center, and famously refused Hitler's orders to hold ground at all costs. On Christmas Day 1941, he was relieved of his command, yet the Wehrmacht could not ignore his expertise. By March 1943, Guderian returned, this time as Inspector General of Armor, wielding vast authority over the production and deployment of Germany's armored forces. And history would once again call upon him. In the chaotic aftermath of the July 20th, 1944 assassination attempt on Hitler, Guderian stepped in as acting chief of staff of the Wehrmacht. But as the war turned against Germany, even he could not alter fate. On March 28, 1945, after a failed offensive against Soviet troops in Kostrin, Poland, he was sent on leave. At the end of World War II, Guderian fell into U.S. custody, yet he escaped the fate of many of his peers at the Nuremberg trials due to insufficient evidence. By 1948, he was released, his military legacy intact, though forever intertwined with the tumult of his era. Now, let us turn to another towering figure of the German war effort, Field Marshal Erich von Manstein, a strategist whose brilliance shaped some of the most iconic campaigns of World War II. From the outset, Manstein distinguished himself. In 1939, as Chief of Staff under General Gerd von Rundstedt during the invasion of Poland, he demonstrated a mind capable of extraordinary foresight. It was during this period that he conceived a daring plan, a concentrated armored assault through the Ardennes to strike at France. Initially dismissed by the German High Command, the plan ultimately reached Hitler, whose eyes gleamed at its audacity. By June 1940, Manstein's skill earned him promotion to general, following his successful leadership of an infantry corps in France. The following year, he took command of the 56th Panzer Corps in the Soviet invasion, nearly capturing Leningrad and proving that his strategic instincts could reshape the battlefield. In September 1941, he assumed command of the 11th Army on the Southern Front. In a single campaign, his forces captured an astonishing 430,000 Soviet troops and withstood a fierce Soviet winter counteroffensive. The capture of Sevastopol in July 1942 further cemented his reputation, earning him the rank of Field Marshal. Manstein's tactical genius shone again during the Stalingrad crisis of late 1942 and early 1943, as he maneuvered to relieve the encircled Sixth Army. Though ultimate success eluded him, he scored a remarkable victory by reclaiming Kharkov in February 1943, a feat widely regarded as one of Germany's most impressive wartime operations. Yet, even he could not escape the shifting tides of fortune. By March 1944, Hitler dismissed him, and after the war, the British detained him on charges of war crimes. Acquitted of the gravest accusations, Manstein's health suffered during his imprisonment, leading to his release in 1953. In the post-war years, he lent his expertise to the nascent West German Army, shaping the Bundeswehr for a new era. These stories of Guderian and Manstein capture the dizzying heights and desperate struggles of Germany's military elite during World War II. Each man, in his own way, reshaped the art of war, leaving a legacy that continues to provoke fascination, debate, and reflection.